Am I audible to everyone? Okay. Let me share you my screen. Okay. Is the screen is visible to everyone? Just hold on. Okay. Is the screen is visible to everyone? Okay. So here is our unit number 2. So here is our unit number 2, and the title of the unit is matrices. Now, earlier in the previous session, we had encountered that what is matrix. Okay, matrix is the concept of mathematics, the very first thing. And what is matrix? Technically, matrix in R is a two-dimensional data structure. Okay, when we talk about data structure means that certain type of memory will be allocated to the to the variety of data structures. Okay, it can be contiguous, continuous, or discontinuous memory allocation while we are talking about data structure. Clear? So one of the data structure in the past we had discussed was matrices. So today we are going to dive deep into the concept of matrices. Clear? So here is the introduction of matrices. That what is matrix? Matrix is a two-dimensional data structure. Two-dimension means it will arrange the data in the form of rows and columns. Okay, first point. Second point, it will have homogeneous collection. Homogeneous means similar data elements will be contained within a matrix. As in this picture, you can see that there is a table visible to you guys, which table is also in the form of row and column. Okay, every table has row and column. So here you can see 3 by 3 matrix. Okay, what is 3 by 3? There are 3 rows. Hold on. Okay, so these are the row 1, this is row 2, this is row 3. Okay, and this is column 1, this is column 2, and this is column 3. Okay, so the dimension of this matrix are 3 by 3. First 3 denotes the row, and next 3 is the row, is the number of column. Okay, so 3 by 3. Okay, now the syntax of matrix, how to create a matrix, how to play with, how you can do more experiments with the matrix data structure. So for doing certain experiments, you have to know that how to create a matrix in R. Clear? So to create a matrix in R, you have to use the matrix function. Okay, and in that matrix function, you have to mention the data elements. Here data means elements, whether it can be in form of vector. Okay, for vector you have to use C function, that stands for combine or concatenate. So if you are using different number rather than using a sequence or series, if you are giving different numbers, then although all are homogeneous, okay, because all are numbers. Okay, so if I'm talking about 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, these are different numbers but are not in a series. Clear? So these are data, and to arrange such type of data, after using matrix function, you have to write again C function, and in that C function you have to write 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Clear? And if you are about to give data element in form of series or in form of consecutive numbers. So for that you have to use colon symbol, such that 1 colon 6. This means that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So based on your requirement, you can manipulate with the data elements. Okay. Now after the data, there is a new parameters that is n row. N row means, because matrix is the combination of rows and columns, how many number of rows you want. To mention that, you have to use n row. N row stands for number of rows. Okay, and col, n col, stands for number of column. Okay, and the thing is how you want to arrange the data, by row or by column. So here only by row parameter is available in matrix function. Okay, if by row is true, then all the data will be arranged in form of rows. Okay, priority will be of rows, and if it is false, then priority will be of columns. Clear? So here I had also quote an example. Here my matrix is the name of my matrix variable. Clear? To create the matrix, I had used matrix function because I want to get, I want that my matrix should contain a series of numbers. So for that series, I had used colon operator 1 to 6. Okay. Now, how many rows should be there? N row, number of rows will be 2 and number of columns will be 3. So here, total number of rows are 2 and number of columns are 1, 2 and 3. Clear? So here we are going to see the practical implementation of this. If the screen is visible of our studio. Okay, let me see the chat. See, yes, that table you had seen is the output of the matrix formula. But while you are implementing that in your R Studio or in any of the other language, you will not see the border. Okay, you will not see the boundary of cell or of the table. Clear? So let me take you to the practical implementation of creating matrix. Is the screen is visible? Okay, so here we are going to create a matrix. Okay, M1 is my matrix variable name, and matrix is the function I had used to create the matrix because I want that my matrix element should be a variety of number. So this is why I had used C function. Okay, clear? So in C function, you can mention variety of numbers. Okay, now n row, I want to arrange total number of rows in my matrix should be 2 and total number of columns will be 3, and I want to arrange them by row, and this is why I had written true. Now if I execute this, okay, hold on. If I execute this now to see how my matrix will look like, okay, hold on, you guys are not able to view it. Okay. Just hold on. Okay, again, I'm going to execute this. Okay, I got the scroll. What happened? Okay, now it is visible to everyone. It was a minimized window. This is what creating the problem. Okay, so here is my matrix, that is M1. Now, as you can see, that 23, 56, 90, 14, 78, 34 are the data elements or data items of my matrix M1, and total number of rows in M1 are 2. As we had already mentioned, here you can see total number of rows are 2 and total number of columns are 3. Clear? Now, because I want to arrange them in form of rows, this because we had put true for by row parameter. The value of by row parameter is true. This is why it arranged the matrix element in form of row. But if I make it false, okay, so if I make it false, what will happen? Now you can see the change. Okay, 23, 56, then 90, 14, 78, 34. You can compare both matrices. There is a change in the arrangement of the element when by row value changes. Okay. Initially, all the elements were put together in the form of row 1. After that, row 2 was filled. But right now, after the parameter of biro, the value of biro parameter has been changed to false. Now, initially, elements will be arranged in vertical format. Okay. So 2356 is in vertical. Next is 9014, again vertical. 7834, again vertical arrangement of data elements. Clear? So this is how you can create and play with the parameters of any of the function. Clear? Now, next thing is accessing the elements from a matrix. Clear? Now, how to access a specific element? See, because we know that matrix arranges its data in the form of row and column. Okay, so because also matrix is the part of data structure, so you have to use brackets, not angular, square brackets. Okay, so to access the element here and from the matrix, you have to write the location of the element in the square bracket. Okay, because I want to fetch the elements from matrix M1 that I had created. So I have to mention the name of my matrix from which I want to access the element, that is M1. And following M1, there is square bracket to access the specific element of matrix. Now here I had written 1, 2. 1, 2 means what? 1 is representing the row and 2 is representing the column number. Again, listen to me. In the square bracket, whenever you are about to fetch any of the element, the very first thing is you have to mention the row and column because you want single element. Okay, so you have to mention the location of the element. So the location of the element here, as you can see that 23 is on first row, first column is denoted for 23. First row, second column denotes 56. First row, third column denotes 90. Second row, first column denotes 14. Second row, second column denotes 78. And second row, third column has 34 as value. Clear? So what are these 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3? These are none but the memory location. And for your convenience, our programming has provided you the default numbers of rows and columns. Clear? So while extracting any of the data from a matrix, what you need to do is you have to specify the location. While specifying the location, you have to first mention the row number. After that, you have to put comma, and then you have to mention the column number. Okay, so because I had mentioned M1 in square bracket, I had mentioned 1, 2. This means that row number will be 1 and column number will be 2. This means row number 1 and column number 2, that is 56. Clear? But let me remind you again that we had changed the arrangement of the element by row parameter, that is false. So you are not supposed to use this matrix, rather you have to go with this matrix. Okay. So row 1 and second column. So in row 1 and second column, you will get the value 90. Clear? So if I execute this, you got 90. Clear? And this is how you can access specific element of any of the matrix if you know the position of that element in a matrix. Clear? And now you will ask me that, ma'am, how can we identify the position of any of the element of a matrix? So the thing is, just print this, print the name of the matrix. Okay, M1 is the name of a matrix. Execute that. After viewing which element you want, based on identifying the location, you can write it, you can extract it. Clear? Let me check the chat. Okay. Okay, just hold on. Okay, those students who are saying that specific students were not able to understand, able to attend the class for lecture 1, you can go to Swayam page on that Swayam page for unit 1, there is an upload of unit 1 session. Okay, so from there you can find out. Okay, you will get the complete session recording on Swayam page. Okay, whether your specialization is artificial intelligence or machine learning, or your specialization is business analytics, on both Swayam portals we had provided the session recording of unit 1. Okay, now ma'am, okay, next question is, in what sequence the element will be arranged for true and false? See dear, if you are if the value of by row parameter is true, this means that horizontal arrangement will be done. First row 1 will be filled. After the completion of row 1, row 2 will be filled. But if the value of by row parameter is false, then the data will be arranged in the form of column. Okay, so first column 1 will be filled, then column 2, then column 3. Clear? This is the difference of true and false for by row parameter in matrix function. Okay, I had also displayed you the execution of the thing by row and by row equal to true and by row equal to false. Okay, one more question is there. Dear, if you have any issue or query with the Swayam portal regarding the accessibility of Swayam portal, you have to contact to your mentor. Okay, because I'm not the right person, right? Okay. I will tell about your problem to the mentor, but you have to mail them, or you have just to send your WhatsApp message to them, okay? Because I'm not the right person to whom you are asking for Swayam accessibility. So, okay. Now, are you all able to create a matrix and how to access a specific element from a matrix? Clear? Now, okay, coming back to the slides. Now, the thing is that I want to give dimensions to the matrix. Okay, what are dimensions? So, in the R studio, you might have seen that I was talking about row 1, row 2, column 1, column 2, column 3. What are these? These are the dimensions. Okay, dimensions means row number and column number. Clear? So, to provide dimensions in the matrix, what you have to do is, if you want to know what are the dimension of the matrix, that is what are the total number of rows or what are the total number of columns in my matrix, although it was 2 by 3, because we had mentioned n row equal to 2 and n col equal to 3. So these are the dimension. So even if you execute dim M1, dim stands for dimension. So if you write this, what will happen? You will get total number of rows and total number of columns in a matrix. Okay, I will show you the practical implementation, of course. Next is assigning names to the rows and columns. Okay, now, because your data set is in the form of Excel sheet or a CSV or text file, whatever it is. Okay, while you are collecting your data, okay, what will happen? You have to arrange the data in a proper format, and also you have to mention the column headings, and if possible there will be certain row headings as well. Okay, so for that, to provide the row heading or column heading, you have to use call names to provide column heading and row names for row heading. Okay, let me take you again to the R studio. So here dim M1, if I execute this, as you can see that here total number of rows are 2 and total number of columns are 3. How I know that? Because I was the one who had mentioned it over here while creating the matrix. Okay, so this 2 and 3 are nothing but the dimensions of the matrix. Clear? Now, if I execute dimension M1, okay, I'm here, look at here, okay. If I execute this, can you see 2, 3? 2 is the number of row and 3 is the number of column. Same like over here. Okay. So to get the dimension, you have to use dim function. Dim is again a function. Clear? Now, next is I want to assign names to my rows and columns. Clear? So to create that, you have to use call names function and row names function. Call names function, in the parenthesis, you have to mention the your matrix variable name, that is M1. Okay. And using C function, again, you have to mention the headings because you are about to provide the headings. So your headings will be in maybe in the format of alphabets, or it can be in form of number. So what you have to do is, because the function name is name, this means that character or string. So to mention or to give string or character as an input, you have to use double quotes. Okay. So here C1 is for column 1 because the function name is column names. So in M1 matrix, I am going to assign the column names as C1, C2, C3, and these, because these are names, I have to use double quotes. Clear? Likewise, for rows in M1, I have to again write the name of the rows within double quotes. Clear? Row R1 and R2. Clear? If I execute this now, initially your matrix, see in the console, please. Initially, your matrix was looking like this, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. Okay. Now, after executing row names and column names, what will happen? You will get the name of the columns. Okay. Let me draw your attention back to the execution. While executing call names, I got nothing. While executing row names function, I got nothing. But to get something, I have, because matrix has, there is a matrix variable. To see the matrix, you have to execute the matrix variable name. So just select it and execute it. And if you want, even you can write just M1. Fine. You will get the matrix. Clear? This thing has been specified in my lecture 1. Okay. So as you can see that initially rows and columns are in the form of 1, 2, and 3, okay. But now after providing names to rows and columns, now my matrix look like, for row 1 it is R1, for row 2 it is R2, for column 1 it is C1, and column 2, column 3 has name C2 and C3. Clear? And in this way you can even arrange your data set, okay, manually. Clear? Now coming to the next thing, that I want to slice my matrix. Slice means what? I want to extract a specific part of my matrix. Like what? If I'm having 3 by 3 matrix, so I want matrix comprising of row 1, column 1, row 1, column 2, row 2, column 1, and row 2, column 2. That is from out of 3 by 3 matrix, I just want 2 by 2 matrix. And also I had mentioned that element on row 1, column 1, row 1, column 2, and row 2, column 1, row 2, column 2. Okay, first 4. Clear? So to do that, what you are supposed to do, you have to use again square bracket. Remember why square bracket? Because square bracket is the one which allows you to slice the matrix or any of the data structure. Clear? If you want, you can use these square brackets to access single element. And if you want, you can access more than one element using square bracket. Earlier, M1, using square bracket 1, 2, we had accessed single element. Now I want a specific part out of that matrix. So what I need to do is I need to slice my matrix, which is also known as subset. Okay, subset of the matrix. So for that, you have to mention again M1 in the square bracket. As you know, initially while accessing single element, you have to mention the row number. 1 was the row number and 2 was the column number, if you remember. Okay. Now again, while you are about to fetch the specific part of the matrix, what you have to mention is again row, comma, column. Okay. How many rows I want? So 1 colon 2. 1 colon 2 means what? 1 colon 2 means, again colon means series. Okay. So I want first row and second row. And from that first row and second row, I want second column and third column. 2:3. Clear? Look back to the matrix. I want to slice. See, now you have to focus on both the R script area and the console screen. Okay. I want 1:2. 1:2 means what? First row and second row. And out of these first row and second row, I want second column and third column. So second and third column means this, that is 90, 78, 14 and 34. If I execute this, you got it? Okay. So in this way, you can extract the subset of a matrix. What you need to do is, you have to mention the name of the matrix, and in the square bracket, you have to mention the row as well as column. Okay. By mentioning rows and columns, what you can get the subset of the matrix. Next. Clear? Here I had mentioned the syntax of how to slice the specific data elements from the matrix. So for that, you have to mention matrix name, starting of the row, colon, row end. Because we had used column means range. 1 to 6, 1 colon 6 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if you want that, I want 2 and 4 and 6, it is not possible. Why? Because you have to mention the start point and the end point of row, comma, you have to mention the column start as well as column end. And all the series will be in front of you. The complete subset of the matrix will be in front of you. Okay. So this is how you can subset, or this is how you can index or slice your matrix. Clear? Now, operations on matrix. Okay. Operations on matrix. Now, what operations you can perform on matrix? See, mathematically, you can do many things with matrix apart from addition, subtraction, multiplication. Okay. Division is not possible properly, but we can do it on matrix also. We can inverse, we can transpose. Okay. We can calculate PMI and all. Okay. These all are the part of mathematics, but basic operations we can do on matrices are addition, subtraction, multiplication. Okay. Some other operations are transpose. We can inverse the matrix and so on. Clear? Here? Okay. Hold on. Okay. If you want to add, okay. No need to go there. Okay. If you want to add two numbers, what is the criteria to add two numbers? What you will write? A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, and C is equal to A plus B. This is the way you will write. Yeah. Now, same thing is applicable to matrix also. What, rather than writing A and B, considering A and B as variable, rather considering them as a single variable, you have to consider that A and B are what? Matrix. Clear? So here you can see, just hold on. Okay. Here you can see that, okay. Here is my addition. Matrix underscore add is the name of my final output matrix. Okay. And M1 and M2 are the name of my matrix. Okay. Now, where is M1? Let me show you M1. This is my M1 matrix. I had executed it again for you guys. And where is the matrix 2? This is my matrix 2. Okay. To display M1, this is M1. And to display M2. Okay. Now, is it visible? Both the matrices are visible to you guys. Okay. Now, I want to do addition. How can I do addition? See, how addition will take place. Row 1, column 1 element 23 will be added to row 1, column 1 of matrix 2. Row 1, column 2 value of matrix 1 will be added to row 1, column 2 value of matrix 2. Likewise this. Okay. So R1 C1 of matrix 1 will be added to the R1 C1 of matrix 2. R1 C2 of matrix 1 again will be added to R1 C2 of matrix 2. R1 C3 will be added to R1 C3 of M2. Likewise, this addition of matrix goes on. Okay. So if I execute matadd and I want to see matadd. So 23 plus 1 is 24. You can see over here. 90 plus 2 is 92. You can see over here. 78 plus 3 is 81. Out. You can see the result in the output matrix. That is matadd. Any doubt? You can ask. Okay, if matrix is of different dimension, that what will happen? The complete addition or subtraction operation will not happen. Okay, some of the elements will be left out. Clear? Your output will be not proper. The thing is. Yes, matadd is the name of my resultant matrix. After adding, you remember C equal to A plus B. A is M1, B is M2, and C is my matadd. Okay, this is the variable's name. Okay, resultant matrix name. Okay, after addition of both of these matrix, I had stored that resultant matrix in as matadd. After applying subtraction, the resultant matrix has been stored as mat sub. Okay, so here is the subtraction. Okay, to see mat sub, here it is 23 minus 1. Okay, next was okay, 90 minus 2 is 88 and so on. Same, row 1 column 1 will be subtracted from row 1 column 1 of M2. Row 1 column 2 of M1 will be subtracted from row 1 column 2 of M2 and so on. Clear? Now, next come matrix multiplication. Now, what is matrix multiplication? See, there is a different criteria for matrix multiplication in mathematics. Okay. So, what happens is, column 1 of matrix 1 will be multiplied to the row 1 of matrix 2 for multiplication only. Again, listen to me carefully. For matrix multiplication, column 1 of matrix 1 will be multiplied to the row 1 of matrix 2. Clear? You can view, even Google it, how matrix multiplication happens. Okay. But here, just by writing this multiplication operator, that is asterisk sign, you will get the matrix multiplication. Okay. So the value of matrix multiplication, you have to calculate carefully. Okay. This is what the matrix multiplication is. Even in my slides, I had write a note for matrix multiplication that the number of column of first matrix must be equal. For matrix multiplication, it is the condition. Okay. For multiplication, the column number of first matrix must be equal to the row number of second matrix. Clear? And this is how multiplication take place in matrix. You can Google it because it is the part of mathematics. I'm not going to tell you how matrix multiplication takes place. Okay. Now, next and most important thing of today's session, subsetting. Okay. Subsetting is nothing but extracting or slicing the matrix. How you can slice a matrix? Okay, in R. So there are 3 operators using which you can slice your matrix. Okay, and these 3 operators are also applicable to different data structures like list, to vector, to matrix, to data frame. Okay, so these are the subsetting operators, and this is why I had just written subsetting. I had not mentioned subsetting in matrix. I had mentioned just subsetting. This means it is applicable to all the data structures categories, list, vector, data frame, each and everything. Okay, so the three operators are square bracket that we had already seen. If you want to access specific element at specific location, just use this square bracket. Okay, it will extract element from vector, matrix, and lists. Clear? Next is double opening square bracket. Okay, which is used to extract single item from a list. I will show you how it will extract. And dollar symbol is used to access the element from specifically from data frame. Okay, if you want data frame, you have to use dollar or this, but using this single square bracket, it is not possible. Clear? Let me show you the practical implementation of this again. Okay, before we proceed for subsetting, let me show you how to plot matrix. Okay, plot means again graphical representation. Okay, so to plot a matrix in R, you have to use a matplot function. Clear? Here I am creating a new matrix that is M3, and that matrix is having values like 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Okay, these are random variables. Sorry, random values. Now, to plot these values, I have to use function matplot. I want to plot what? Matrix 3, that is M3. Okay. There is a parameter named type. You want what type of plot? First thing. Second, columns. There will be a col. Okay, let me show you how col looks like. Basically, col is nothing but the name of the color. Okay, so green I had mentioned. Next is LWD, because you are about to plot. So what you have to do is you have to mention the line width. For that, the parameter is LWD, and with the change in the width of line, the width of the line will be changes. Okay, and there is LTY. Okay, LTY takes values from 0 to 7. Okay, based on that, LTY is line type. Based on that, you can decide what type of line you want. Okay. Okay, M3 not found. Let me execute M3. Okay. Next, matplot. Now, as you can see, a plot has been displayed to you. Let me zoom it out. Okay. Now, the thing is, here the color of the lines is green. So COL stands for color. Next, line width. If I change the width of the line, for example, I'm taking it 2. Okay. Now, if I execute this, again, M3 has not been found. Again, I have to execute it. Okay. You can see the number of lines has been increased. Line width of the line. If I write 6, not 6, okay, 1. See how fine the line width has become. Okay. So with the change in the LWD, okay, this is how the width of the line, okay, will be changed. Now, what type of line you want? Line type 2 means that you will get the dashed line. Okay. Now, if I change it to 6, see, it has been changed. So in this way, by changing the value of the parameters of matplot, you can get a variety of line width, color. You can change the even color. I don't want green and I want blue. Okay. Now if I execute, it has been changed. Whatever color you want, okay, you can get it. Clear? Now, the thing is, here comes the next, that is subsetting. Subsetting means what? Subsetting means extracting the part apart of a matrix. Clear? Now, how to get it? So, for this, initially, we are going to subset vector. Okay, for that, we have to create a vector, and to create a vector, we have to use C function. Clear? So, here, X is my vector variable name, and that X is containing numeric values, okay, floating values, decimal values. So if I execute this now, if you want to see x, this is how x looks like. Okay, x is having values like 2.1, 4.2, 3.3, and 5.4. Clear? Now, from this vector variable x, I want a specific element placed at location 3, because we know that index number of vector starts from 1. Okay, so at first location, or first on first index number, it's 2.1. On second index number, it's 4.2, and on third index number, it's 3.3. So I want to access from vector, I want the element which is on index number 3. So if I execute it, I will get 3.3 as an output. Clear? Next, how about if I want to fetch multiple elements from the vector? Okay, so for that, we have to write, again, square bracket is getting used. Make sure, please focus the thing. Okay, now I want multiple elements. Okay, now x in square bracket, I had again combined 3, 1. Now, can anyone tell me that what is 3, 1? Yes. Okay, let me see in the chat. Hold on. See, whenever you are using any of the predefined function like line width, line type, these are nothing. These are the parameters which are associated with the matplot function. Okay, depending on what type of plot you want, the values of these parameters will change. Okay, you can get all the values on the net. Okay, if I use each and every value, then this 1 hour will be consumed. And this is why I had mentioned only the specific things, because we are timely bounded. Clear? What is the type in plot? Okay, on what basis we have taken 1? See, type is nothing but what type of plot you want. Okay, here, even if you use the IntelliSense list, you can get that what is the type. Okay, it is a vector variable of 1 character indicating the type of plot using x and y axis. Clear? So from IntelliSense list also you can get the values as I had get over here. Clear? So one is this. Okay, hold on. Type. If I change its value, you will get nothing. Clear? So each and every parameter is having a fixed value, and based on that value, you have to see. For example, line type is ranging from 0 to 7. After 7, it will give you anything. But between 0 to 7, because there are fixed value, so the output will be aligned with that only. Clear? By changing the value. Next, is it fine? Or you want more explanation from me? Okay, someone has written second row, third column. Okay, yes, right. Absolutely right. Type is nothing but the type of line you want. Okay, so here, now again, just hold on, hold on for 2 minutes. Okay, so we were on subsetting the vectors. Okay, so to extract a single value, we are supposed to mention the position. That was x3. Now, what we had written is we had written C3, 1. By writing this, what we are trying to do is we are trying to fetch multiple elements. I want the element which is on location 3rd, and I want the element which is on location 1. Okay, so the third index number element is 3.3, and on first index number it's 2.1. So if I execute this, this is how you can access the multiple elements from the vectors. Clear? Irrespective of their order. Like I had written third index number before the first index number, it's fine, completely fine, not an issue. Okay, now one more function I'm going to introduce you guys is order function. What is order? Order means you are trying to arrange in a rank. Okay, now you can arrange elements either in ascending order or in descending order. Okay, by default it is ascending order. So to arrange the data in ascending order, you have to use order function, and in that order function you have to pass the variable name, that is vector variable name. So now your vector has been arranged like 2.1, 3.3, 4.2, 5.4. Earlier it was 2.1, 4.2, 3.3, 5.4. Okay, but now it has been arranged in ascending order. Clear? It is just an extraordinary function I had mentioned over here. Okay, now coming after vectors, we are going to come to the list, because vector was one-dimensional data structure, and one of the property of vector was it will array, it is the collection of similar type of element, homogeneous data collection. Okay, so talking about list is also one dimensional, but it arranges the data in column form. Vector was arranging data in row form. List will arrange the data in column form, and list can have homogeneous data collection as well as heterogeneous data collection. Homogeneous means similar, heterogeneous means dissimilar. Okay, so here I'm going to create a list. Now, this type of list you had not seen before earlier in the previous session. Okay, today I'm going to create a new list. Just view it. Now, if you see in the console, on the console screen, that on row 1, column 1, it's 10, 11, 12, 13. On row 2, column 1, it's A. And on row 3, column 1, it's 4, 5, and 6. It is a heterogeneous collection. Very first thing, all the data are one dimension only. Okay, because the arrangement is vertical. Okay, in case of list, whereas in case of vector it is horizontal arrangement of data. Now how to subset a list? Okay, to subset a list, again a specific element from the list can be fetched using square bracket. Okay, if I write x3, okay, as I had written, what you will get? You will get the collection of elements on third row. Okay, this is what it is, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now a new subsetting operator I'm going to use, that is double square bracket. Okay, remember for subsetting we have three operators: single square bracket, double square bracket, and dollar symbol. Okay, so single square bracket we had seen in vector and list. Okay, now from list you can see double square. Okay, how to access it? The format to write this is just use double square bracket and write the number or row number from where you want to fetch the data. Now the thing is, because x3 is having total 3 elements like 4, 5, 6, and I want 5 out of this 4, 5, 6. How to access that? So to access that, you have to write, just see the script area, what I'm writing. Okay, x double square bracket, you want from third row. Okay, 4, 5, 6 is from third row. Okay, so you have to write 3. After writing it from third row, what you want, which number of element you want. I want second. Clear? And I'm giving it to a variable. So in X list, from third row, I want second column. And that value will be allocated to A. If I see the A, you will get 5. Are you getting my point? What I had done to access 5 from this list. Again, view it clearly. To access a element from multiple collection, what you have, see, 10, 11, 12, 13 itself is a collection, but all are on row 1. A is again a single element at row 2. And 4, 5, 6 itself is a collection at row 3. So to get a specific element from collections of collection, okay, these all are again collection. From collections of collection, I want a single element. So for that, we have to use double square bracket. Okay. Initially, you have to mention the row and then you have to mention the column number. Like you were doing for matrix, if you remember, in the square bracket, you were writing the row number, comma, column number. But here, because we are talking about list, we are not talking about matrix. So you have to use double square brackets. Okay. And to write that, it is the best way to write. Okay. This is a matrix. Again, double bracket and double square bracket. Clear? Make sure that you had closed all the opening square bracket. If any of the error there, else what will happen? Error will occur, as you can see. Okay. Clear? So this is, in this way, you can get a single element out of collection of collections. Now, there is one more way to fetch from third row, second column to access 5. I have one more way to fetch it. That is using C function again. Okay. Again, to use C function, I have to use double square bracket, that is opening square bracket. In those square brackets, I have to use C 1, 3. That is okay. And now I had written 1, 3. This means that row 1, third column. Clear? Because C 1, 3 means what? First number will denote the row and second number will denote the column. So C1, 3 means what? C1, 3 means that I want element from first row and third column. So in first row, this was the first row. 10, 11, 12, 13 was the first row. I want 12. Why I'm saying so? Because I want third element from first row. So third element is 12. If I execute this, you are getting 12. Okay. So in this way, you can get specific element from the collections of collection. Okay. So these are the two ways. And these both statements are equivalent. Clear? Now, one more type of thing we can do is we can use colon operator. Okay. Because I had written 1:2. 1:2 means what? Anyone? Okay, let me check the chat first. There is a question. Okay. Now, again, I'm going to print X. Okay. Here is the X. Okay. Now, again, X is being displayed to you. Now, I want X 1:2. This means first row 2, because I had used colon. So first row and second row. 1:2 means what? Series. Row 1 series and row 2 series. If I write 1:3, complete will be given to me. Complete list. Okay. So if you write X 1:3 or you are writing only X, the output is same. Clear? Now, there is an interesting thing has been arrived. X in square bracket, I am writing -2. What does that mean? You know, on the scale, there are positive numbers, then 0, then negative number. Clear? You are also aware of the concept that index number are getting started with 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Clear? There is nothing like negative or 0, unlike scale. Okay? But by writing -2, this means that we rather than, because earlier we are taking index number from left to right. But if we write minus symbol in front of the any index number, then this means that now the index number will be assigned from right to left. Clear? So -2, even in case of vectors also. Let me take you to the vectors so that you will be able to identify what I'm trying to say. I had executed vector, okay? I had print the x, okay? Now, if I write x -3, on x3, what you were getting? 3.3. Why? Because this is index number 1, this is index number 2, this is index number 3. But now, if I write -3, what will happen? -1 is 5.4, -2 is 3.3, and -3 is 4.2. Okay? If I write -3, are you getting it or not? Okay. No. Hold on. Okay. By writing minus, it just truncated that value from the list. Okay. It is not applicable to vector actually. That minus thing is what that minus is doing in vector. In vector, that minus is truncating or deleting that value from the list, from the vector. Okay. But if I write it in list, what will happen? Okay, I have to again execute that X for list. You got it? All the index number -1 and -2 both are displayed to you. Clear? But from the right hand side, alignment of the data has been done from right to left. Positive index number works from left to right, and negative index number works from right to left. And this is why they are mentioned as minus symbol. Clear? Next, x in square bracket, I am asking for C 1, 1. Clear? Now, 1, 1 means what? 1, 1. What it is giving me? First row, first column. And second row, first column. What is, no, hold on. It is a wrong thing. That instruction was wrong actually. I apologize for that. Now, okay. Forget that thing. Okay, x -2 means what? Starting from right hand side, first and second index number will be displayed. Because if you write x2, first and second from the left hand side, as per calculation from left hand side will be displayed to you. By writing minus, the calculation will begin from right to left. Clear? Next, again, you know what is x0? X0 is nothing. These are none. See, these 4 are none, but the experimentations I'm displaying to you that what will happen if you do this. Because index number begins with 1, there is nothing like 0 in list in any of the data structure. Okay, so nothing will be displayed if we write 0 index number. But if you write index number 1, something will be displayed to you. Okay. So 0 is nothing in case of our data structure. But in if I talk about the previous programming language which are developed earlier than R, like C, C++, Java. For these languages, index number begins with 0. But for R, index number begins with 1. So if you write x0, you will get nothing. But if you write 1, because index number begins with 1, so whatever is your index number, that index number must be available in the data structure, whether it is list or vector. Clear? Now, x5. Because we are not having any index number 5, right? Our list was having only total 3 collections, that is 10 to 13, A, and the next was 4, 5, 6. Where it is? Yes, here it is. Our index number was up to 3 only. Because I had write index number 5, writing this, you will get nothing except error because there is no such index number. Clear? Now, the next data structure is data frame. What is data frame? Data frame is again 2-dimensional. Okay. But data frame arranges the data in some other apart from rows and columns. Fine. Data frame, because it is 2-dimensional, so data will be arranged in form of rows and columns. But here you can create a proper tabular format, or you can create a proper heterogeneous collection of element in tabular format, because matrix was providing you a 2-dimensional structure with homogeneous collection of data. Data frame will allow you to have heterogeneous collection of data in row and column form. Okay. So here I am creating a data frame, and the name of my data frame variable is data frame 1. To create a data frame, you have to use a function data.frame. Clear? Here in my data frame, I am going to store 3 columns like name, age, and vote. Name is of character type or string type. Age is of numeric type, and vote is of logical data type. Belongs to logical data type. Clear? Now, if I want to see data frame 1, this is how it looks like. Okay. Name, age, vote. Clear? Now, to fetch the data or to get the subset of data frame, what you require is either you can use double square brackets, and you can also mention the name of your column. Okay. If you want, you can get age or you can get vote. To avoid confusion, name. Okay. To get the values for age in data frame, you can use double square brackets. Okay. Also, rather than using double square brackets, you can use dollar symbol. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to execute this. You got the name column completely from data frame Arun Vijay Samantha. Okay. Now, rather than using double square brackets followed by apostrophe sign, double quotes, you can also use dollar symbol. Okay. Dollar symbol is technically used with data frame only. Okay. So, these both instructions or these both statements are same in R. If you want name, you can get name. If you want age, you can get age. But every time you have to write the name of your data frame 1, then dollar symbol, whatever you want. Okay. Clear? Just if you think that by writing data frame $1 vote, comma, age, comma, name, it is not possible. Every time with the name of any of the column, because column names are name, age, and vote. With each name of the column, you have to write name of the data frame followed by dollar symbol or double square bracket. Clear? Let me see. Not it will be reversed, but the assignment will be done from right to left. Okay, what is about in Python, ma'am? In Python, you have to ask to your Python faculty and your R programming faculty. Okay. So in my session, you have to ask me question regarding R only and not about Python. Okay. So any doubt regarding any of the concept we had read today? Yes. Any doubt? You can ask. Again, type part once again. Which type part, dear? Matplot? Just write yes or no, okay? Okay, okay. Let me take you there. Let me share you the screen. Hold on. System is getting hanged. Okay. So here is your type part in Matplot. Okay, here it is. See, in Matplot function is used to plot, okay, to show the graphical representation. Now, because we are about to plot a matrix, okay, so we have to mention what we want to plot, okay. For that, we have to use matplot function. Clear? Next is type parameter. Type parameters takes the value based on what type of plot you want, because we have a variety of plot. What type of variety we have? We can use line plot, we can use bar plot, we can use histogram, we can use scatter plot, and so on. So there is a numbering assigned to each type of plot. Okay. So because we want line plot, this is why one has been used. Okay. Next, color. What type of color you want for your plotting? Next, width of line. By default, there is by default, matplot supports only line plot. Clear? And this is why the value of type in matplot is only 0 and 1. 0 means none, 1 means line plot. You are agreeing to plot a line using matplot, because rest of the histogram, line charts, bar charts are having their specific functions dedicated to their plots. Like for example, for histogram, we have hist function. Clear? For bar plots, we have plot function. Clear? So matplot specifically deals with the line plots only, and by giving the value 1, this means you are agreeing. That is, you are agreeing that the plot will be type of line. Okay. So the value of type is here, either it is 0 or it is 1. Okay. Any other value, if you give to the type parameter, it will not work out. Okay, so this is why 1 has been written. 1 means true, 0 means false. So I want line type. Is it true or false? You want line type or not? So if you want yes, it is 1. And if it is no, then it is 0. Clear? Okay. I have to done M3 first. Then what error it is giving me. Okay. It is not 1, it is L. Okay. It is L actually. Now the line plot has been given. L. L stands for line. I guess for other plots, there may be something else type because it is a string. As you can see, double quotes. So it is not 1, it is L actually. Okay. Any doubt? You can ask. Okay, data frame. Hold on. This is the way you can create your data frame. Data frame is a two-dimensional data structure. It will arrange the data in form of rows and columns. And matrix was also a two-dimensional data structure, but the difference between matrix and data frame is that matrix is the homogeneous data collection, okay, and data frame is the heterogeneous data collection. Clear? So here to create a data frame, you can use data.frame function. And in the data.frame function, you can mention the column names equal to, and with C function, you can mention the values of all those columns you had previously named. Don't worry, this file will be shared to you on your Swayam portal on unit number 2. Okay, in lecture on unit number 2, there by the bottom of the that Swayam page, there will be lecture handout. Before that, you will get a separate screen to view the complete this implementation in R of matrices. Any other question? Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm sharing you the feedback form link. Kindly fill it. Okay. Okay. Any other question? Yes. Yes, indexing in Python starts from 0. Okay. In your course code, if you are from AIML specialization, in your course code OMBAIML 306 on unit 2, you have to click on unit 2. At the end of that Swayam page of unit 2, you will find lecture handouts. From lecture handouts, you can get the slides, and there is a separate window. You can view it on that window. The code will be available. Like for unit 1, it has been available to you guys. But after today's session, the code will be available for unit 2 also. Okay. Anything else? Okay, shall I end the meeting if no questions are there? Okay, thank you for paying attention. Have a happy learning, and to dive deep, you can go to Swayam portal. You can on that portal, with each unit, you will have slides for each unit, as well as the R programming implementation code, which I am showing you while during the doubt clearing sessions. Those code will also be available there. Okay, hold on. Someone has written something. Yes, tell me. Yes, you can create independent project using R programming. Because after the completion of your 3rd semester in MBA, in the 4th semester, you are supposed to create a project using R or Python. Okay. Uh, and business analytics are also having both R and Python. So using any of the programming language, you can create your project. No, there are no particular architecture. You are supposed to use these interfaces. For R, you have to use R Studio. You have to send R script file. We will describe you what is required at the time of project submission. No, if you have by default, when you install R, okay, by default, R GUI is displayed to you when you even open the R, okay. R Studio is more interactive interface. This is why we are using R Studio. But if you use the R GUI interface, the default interface of R, it will little bit become boring. So we are using R Studio, as none reason is to use R Studio. But see, to code in R, you have to download R from Crane. Okay. In R, you have markdowns. So hold on. Let me tell you completely. Mm. In R, we have certain tools that are known as, I guess, markdown tools, or I guess it is markdown tool only. That tool can be used. Okay. Yes, whatever code you are writing in R is known as R script. Okay. Yes, it is a scripting type of language because it uses interpreter. Okay. Anything else you want to ask? See, UI and UX means you are asking for user interface. So already for R, we are using the interface we are using for R is R Studio. But you can also use the default interface of R. Okay. Please a brief of R installation. Okay. To install, before downloading R Studio, you have to go to Crane projects. From there, you have to select the R. Okay. Your version of R you want to download and what type of operating system you have. Based on that, you have to download the R executable file. Okay. Then after downloading that file, you have to install that file by clicking on next, okay, or by just checking the check boxes, okay, because you have to agree the terms and conditions. And after downloading and installing R, then you have to go to posit.co website. From there, you can download R Studio to get interactive interface, okay. For that, you have to go to posit.co. From there, you can download the R Studio version according to your operating system. The R version will also see, there is a variant of R Studio and R. See, clear? So based on your operating system, you have to Google that version or that interface version. Clear? Technically, if you are coding, if you are scripting using R, then you have to use R. Okay. There are different scripts available. There are certain tools available for R also, but I guess those are the purchased or licensed thing, and we don't prefer that. Being a university college, what we want is, we want the project but which are available easy to we does not want you guys to pay something to get licensed of the softwares, okay, because it costs a lot. For R, the interfaces are free and open source, okay, so use those resources only. Okay. See, code for data frames and matplot. Today's code will be available in a day or two on your Swayam portal. No need to write it right now. Okay, that same code that I had shown you while taking this session will be available to you guys. Okay, so chill and relax. The slides are also available and the code will also be available. Okay, just wait for a day or two. It will be available to you guys. Thank you for paying attention and have a good day. Okay.